Not gonna fucking crash. Okay, everything seems to be okay. Everything seems to be good. Please let it be good. There we go. Okay. So, for those of you just joining me, you're probably scratching your head, and you're probably wondering why the duplicate stream. Well, it's not a duplicate stream. It's actually a re-stream, because for some odd reason, my laptop, of all things, decided to crash. So, yeah, that's kind of a thing. So, yeah, I am sorry that happened. Basically, everything crashed. Literally, I could not see the live chat at all. I couldn't see anything. My computer decided to just basically, or at least my laptop decided to basically just go literally. So, I am back, thankfully enough. I have the whole house to myself, and I am here to bring up updates and basically answer questions of you lovely people who basically love tabletop RPGs, Dungeons and Dragons, things like that. And for those of you who said last time it was a little bit dark, I decided to come downstairs and where it's brighter, basically. Okay? Okay. So, before I continue, you may have seen YouTube's recent thing where they basically said, oh, we're not going to notify all your subscribers unless they ring that little bell. So, yeah. To basically comply with that, or I'm hoping that shit doesn't happen anymore, to basically help you guys and keep you guys from basically missing out on all my content and what I do, please, and I am begging you on this one, please do ring that bell. That bell will help you out. Thank you very much. Either way, though. So, let me try and get together, because I am trying to share the new link as fast as humanly fucking possible. For a second. Okay. Now. With the link faithfully shared. Now, I'm just going to come down to the live chat, share every goddamn thing I can with this. Kind of let you guys know, hey, I'm creating a tabletop RPG. You've been updated. You've been caught up. Let's continue. So, currently right now I'm kind of on just, yeah, frustration, adrenaline, all that good jazz. So let's continue, shall we? I am going to be basically doing a lot of cool stuff with a lot of what some awesome people actually is actually kind of cool because we have a dev team of 2 devs, well, me and 2 others who are basically the only people who are actually doing a lot of the stuff that we do. And right now, me and the dev team are kind of working, basically, it's just the 3 of us working on this project. So, what have we gotten done so far is probably the question. Is the question that I've been getting a lot of as of late because of the last stream that I did, which was talking about, hey, I've got a tabletop RPG. This is what we're kind of working on now. This is kind of what we got done. What we got done so far is that we have playable races. We have 2 faction bios basically already done. Or a few, I think. Yeah, 3 factions so far we've already kind of explored about. 4 if you count humanity, but humanity is kind of a default thing with any RPG or tabletop RPG, basically. Either way. So, with that said, of course, there probably is a lot that I need to kind of catch you guys up on, kind of just in general, try and catch you guys up on everything that I have right now. And right now, I am currently trying to get all my chickens in order because I have a lot of documents on screen that I have that I'm wanting to read off for you guys. A lot of them being the classes, the what's next, and what we're working on as a dev team. It's a lot that I'm trying to get down pat. And believe me, it's a lot. Like, it legitimately is a lot I got to work on right now. So, without procrastinating, what have we got done so far? We have the classes done. And for those of you who've never actually played a tabletop RPG or have not actually kind of heard about the most basic sense I can give you, the most legitimate sense I can give you is probably Fallout New Vegas. Kind of how Fallout New Vegas was when you were creating your character with the specials, the stats, all that good jazz. Basically, you could choose a class, but I think a better option, I think a better comparison would have to be Mass Effect, probably. Mass Effect is probably a better comparison for this one because when you chose a class, you could basically choose a lot of it. But there is a meme kind of going around that's like mage, knight, thief, magician, that sort of thing. So I guess you could go, I guess that's a better option I can give for that. And right now, what's going on is that we have the classes that you can choose from. Those are the classes, basically. Besides the race you can choose from of what you want to play as and kind of give your backstory on and whether or not you want to actually go with the faction, which I will be briefly talking about the faction perks here in a bit. The classes we have so far, and this is what's actually kind of cool, and I'm very happy that this has actually worked out so far for us, or at least for myself. Let me go ahead and just quickly share the link over on Facebook real quick because I really, 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 really need to quickly do this. Let's see here. Okay, now aside from that, go over to live chat because I'm just not even joking, guys. I'm kind of all over the place right now because I'm here. I'm like, not even joking. I'm kind of all over the damn place. So, again, forgive me if I seem a bit. It's because I am. I really am. Okay, let me just. Again, completely all over the place. I am sorry for my scatterbrainness or scatterbrained state. It's one of those things. Let me just quickly check live chat. Nothing as of yet. There we go. But yeah. So what are the classes that we've gotten so far, and what are the classes you can actually choose from for Project Galaxy if you're one of the lucky few who actually get the character sheet to join the closed alpha? Well, the classes are as well follows. If the document will load up, thank you. Now, before I even go further into the classes, fair warning, a lot of these classes are subject to change or buffing, depending on how they affect whether they make whether a certain class is a little bit too OP for certain things. But yeah, the classes are as follows. We have Soldier, Combat Missionary, Slicer, which is sort of like an assassin or kind of something of that nature. We have Gaugemancer, which is sort of basically your cyborg. It's basically as your cyborg character. Mercenary and Scavenger. Those are the classes we have so far. And if you're actually on our Facebook page and you do see it, once again, Facebook link down below. When you actually do, the reason they're not as beefy as they are, again, We're just starting out. We just finished these classes. They're just out. We still need to test them and tweak them or nerf them, basically, to make sure that they're not too fucking OP. Because believe me, I don't want to release the game and someone complain to my ass or to complain to me to the devs and be like, hey, this son of a bitch is too OP. Motherfucker need to be nerfed. I don't need that shit. I ain't Bethesda. I ain't EA. I'm trying to make a perfect thing. I want to make sure everything goes out perfect when it releases. Sorry about that little tangent. Sorry about that. So that's been shared, thankfully enough. Okay, so let me just go ahead and make sure everything is good, and make sure everything's fine, and make sure everything is cool. Anyway. So, again, sorry, I am kind of all over the damn place. I'm currently right now making sure everyone knows that the stream is up because, of course, with YouTube's new policy, we have to make sure everyone knows that they have the bell icon clicked. There we go. Okay, so everyone should know, thankfully enough. So, what was I at? Oh, yeah, that's right, buffing. Now understand this is mostly iteration 1 that is being worked on for Project Galaxy. We will be doing iteration 2. With iteration 2, we are going to try and expand the classes. We're going to kind of add a little bit more to it. But with iteration 1, we want to basically make it say, hey, here's the proof of concept. This is it for you guys to basically take. Here's a character sheet. Here's this. Here's this. Go have some fun. Go at it. And when we actually do release it, I am hoping to actually start a Kickstarter or at least get a Patreon going for Project Galaxy in of itself to actually get to basically get donations, get the materials in to basically make figurines, weapon designs, map design, terrain design, ship designs, basically a lot of cool ideas I'd actually like for us to try and do for iteration 1, which iteration 1 is basically going to be your standard dungeon crawler or sort of more or less like Dungeons and Dragons dungeon crawler, more or less. So that way, basically, the DM or the dungeon master can basically. Sorry, there's a joke I keep thinking about when I say dungeon master, and it's more or less from Team 4 Stars, TFS at the table. Basically, trying to think exactly. Basically, we're going to be given the materials out, so the dungeon masters or any other Pathfinder or D&D player looks at it and it's like, hey, this is kind of a cool concept. I'm going to try this out. Basically sees our rules, all that good jazz, and they can basically reference the Facebook page, see everything that's there, and basically be like, hey, this is a cool idea. I like it. I like it a lot. And then basically take that and just go with it. No, I'm not even joking. They can basically take that, go with it, and just have fun with that. What I'm trying to do, at least with the 2 devs that I have, which they've been awesome so far. They've been awesome kind of working with us, and I am shaking the camera. My bad. They've been awesome working with us, working with me in particular, because they have been doing everything. They've just been awesome. And if you guys do see the devs, which is basically Trey and Donald, his actual middle name's Hazmat. So if you see those 2 on the Facebook page, just thank them for all the work they're doing. I'm not even joking. These guys are fucking awesome, and they have been nothing but awesome. But yeah, it's just how it is. Just quickly answer a text real quick. Sorry, I'm just answering a text. I will get to your questions as soon as I can, as well as answering questions that I've been getting about the tabletop RPG project. Okay, so if you guys haven't yet, please do go to the link down below to our Facebook page for the Project Galaxy. There you can actually see what we got done so far, and if you got questions about classes, settings, what we got going on for the future, please say sound off in the chat, and I will greatly answer them. Considering, well, I'm the guy. I'm basically the brainchild. This is basically the brainchild of my crazy mind. Lockhart, what is this about? This is about a tabletop RPG that I've had an idea for since 2012 in high school. Yeah, 2012. Here it is, 2018. Finally getting it off the ground, which is called Project Galaxy. Ironically, that was the actual project name, Project Galaxy. Never intended to be the name of the actual thing, but here it is, the actual name of the tabletop RPG. And basically, we've gotten pretty far now where I can actually do regular live streams, videos, and things like that to actually kind of keep you guys updated as to what we've gotten completed so far. So what have we got completed so far? To kind of catch you up, we've got the classes, we have the playable races, we have the factions, we've got a timeline, which originally I was going to do like a history book type deal with the actual story, but then I was like, yeah, no, do a timeline. So from 1977, which is when the satellite Voyager got sent into space with the message from humanity, of course. Yes, that is kind of it's like, oh, hey, yeah, alien race found this golden record with basically the coordinates to Earth. Let's go! Which I'm not going to get too deep into that, but basically it's an arrival story, but that's not where the story, well, you can have the story take place post-arrival, but believe me when I say this, if you actually do read the timeline, humanity is kind of a jackass when it comes to gifts from outer space, because I did kind of mirror our actual real world nature. Because let's face it, if we were visited by aliens and they gave us advanced technology with no concern whatsoever, we would use it to make weapons of mass destruction. Let's face it, we would. We are an inherent violent race. We are inherent not only a violent race, but a very violent species. I'm not being specious, I'm just being honest. Anyway. But yeah, as for the classes we have so far that we have done, do you plan to publish this game? Who you made this with? This is basically myself. Because of me not having funds to actually fully make a book, it's all on Facebook. It's all there. I'm actually adding it on there to kind of keep going. And when we actually do iteration 1, when we actually finally get a character sheet written up and we actually do release it for the closed alpha build, which not only myself and the devs will be part of that closed alpha, but I'm sorry, my brain's I'm trying to let my brain catch up to my mouth. We're actually going to select a few groups to kind of give them character sheets and say, hey, here you go. Do it with your guys. Give us feedback. Let us know what we got to nerf. Let us know what we got to tweak. If there's anything else we got to do with it. And when that's done, that's when we'll basically be like, okay, we basically tweaked everything. We basically nerfed everything. Let's do the open beta. We'll basically then release the character sheet as well as saying, hey, download this. Here's the PDF. Here's the classes. Here's the races. Here's the story. DMs, players, there you go. One catch. Give us feedback and let us know what we got to improve. In the most literal sense, that's basically what an open beta is. We're just asking you guys to basically take the character sheet, take all the information we got on the Facebook page, go out there, roll your D20s for that perception roll, which, knowing my dumbass, I'll probably roll a nat 1. For those of you who have never played tabletop RPGs, a nat 1's like just, yeah, you're fucked. But in all seriousness, though, knowing you guys, though, and knowing you clever players, you'll probably roll a nat 20 and basically spot any flaws that me or the devs may have missed in the closed alpha when the open beta comes out. And once that's done, then we're going to open up a Patreon and basically say, hey, if you like this and you want to help us out with iteration 2 or help us out make miniatures or even a book, because believe me, I would love to actually have a book. I really would like to make a book out of this stuff to basically have for sale. Then that's where everything will go. Now, granted, we are far from that because all we have so far is, let's see here. We have the Empire, we have the Vampedians, we have the Alliance, Humanity, the Timeline, the classes, we have the playable races. We may have gotten at least 40%. No, not even 40%. 20% done out of the 100% that we need to get to the closed alpha. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. But like I said, if you guys got questions about this, sound off in the live stream. Sound off in chat. I would actually like to answer questions. I would be more than happy to answer your questions about this and anything of that nature. But either way, as for the classes we do have, let me go ahead and pull up that over here, and I'm going to be literally pulled away from this. So what do we got class-wise? Well, what you got class-wise, to kind of get the ball rolling, we have Soldier, we have Combat Missionary, Slicer, which is sort of the assassin type deal. We have Gauge Master, which is Gauge Mancer, my bad, Gauge Mancer, which is sort of your cyborg type deal, basically that bionic dude who in your group, your Barrett, I think that was his, yeah, I think it was Barrett from Final Fantasy VII. We also have the Mercenary, and finally Scav. Those are the classes we have so far. A little bit. We actually did kind of take some ideas. That's kind of where. Oh my goodness, I love that you guys. I love you guys. You guys are actually pretty awesome. How you actually do that. But seriously, Locke. What we actually are going to do for iteration 1. Iteration 1 is going to be your basic dungeon crawler. It's going to be the DM kind of decides what you're going to do, all that good jazz. It's your basic dungeon crawler. And here's the thing, iteration 2, this is where it's going to be really cool. And this is where I think it's going to catch a lot of people's eyes for Project Galaxy. You are going to be able to explore the galaxy in iteration 2. You are going to be able to command a fleet. Yo, Rush! You are going to be able to go into space battles. You are going to be able to command ground forces, naval forces. Basically, fucking Warhammer 40K level shit you're going to be able to do. That's iteration 2, and that's the goal I'm shooting for iteration 2. But for iteration 1, Project Galaxy, we're kind of keeping it simple. Basically, kind of getting the players slowly introduced to the world, all that good jazz, to the playable races you got, to the factions, to the political system, the actual economic system, which that is actually what we're working on next. What is actually next up on the chopping block is the monsters you're going to be able to face in the wilderness. Whenever you go off to a distant colony away from Earth and you're like, ah, shit, what the hell is here? Oh, hey, look, it's some weird fucking Cyclops looking dog. Oh, shit, the damn thing's got lasers. No, I will not have a fucking Cyclops dog that shoots lasers from its eye. That's just way too damn OP. Okay, that's just way too fucking OP even for this thing. Oh my goodness, but in all seriousness. Yes, the tech trees. The tech trees are basically when you level up, and yes, the classes, if you actually are looking at the Facebook page and you're looking at the tech trees that the classes have, let me go ahead and just go grab one of these. So say you choose a soldier class, or say you choose soldier. You level up. You basically gain the skill of combat medic, which is literally buff to healing self and others, meaning you can basically you can hit yourself with a stim pack or be like, God damn it, Jimmy, hit you with a stim pack. And then, of course, if you level up again, you can then get Scout perk, which is basically buff to spot checks, stealth checks, and then, of course, the final part of the level up is Rifleman, which is, of course, quick draw ability to transition from weapon to weapon or freehand to weapon as a free movement. That sort of stuff. Now, granted, at the moment we don't have we don't have a lot in terms of level ups for each class. Then again, this is mostly just the first iteration, and we are trying to make sure that not all classes are OP. We're trying to make sure that each one of them levels out a bit. As for the races, the actual playable races, which is something I actually got a question about not too long ago, as over Facebook. Cat, what are you doing? Yeah, I see you, kitty. I fucking see you. Anyway. So, when it comes to actual, like, playable races, what do you have to choose from? Well, you have standard humanity, which, little spoiler for actual how, what dice would you use? Your standard dice. Basically, your standard D20s, D4s, anyway. Hold on. If you guys can actually stay right there, do actually go to the Facebook page, link in the description down below. I'm going to quickly go run and grab my dice. Okay? Okay. Or, no, I don't have to. They're actually right here in my backpack. Actually grab the dice here. There we go. Got them. Okay, so let me just go ahead, get you guys. I'm sorry that you might get a bit of a jig. Hold on, I actually got a thing on Discord. Let me actually quickly check Discord real quick. Boo. It's one of those things. Okay, so sorry for the jankiness. Let me just go ahead and try and balance you guys out. Here we go. So yeah, these are the dice I'm hoping to actually incorporate, because I know most D&D, I know most everyone uses these dice here. So like I said, I want to kind of incorporate, I want to kind of just keep everything simple and let everyone kind of do the thing, which, speaking of which, hold on a second. I just want to see if I can roll a D20 real quick. A nat 20. A fucking 7. I got a 7. My intelligence is not smart. I'm decently smart. I'm not smart. Either way, though, let me just go ahead and set you guys back down. There we go. But yeah, that's kind of the dice we are going to try and we're kind of wanting to incorporate into it. As for the actual, let me get back to it now. As for the playable races, you'll be able to play as. And understand, this is literally a sci-fi fucking story. Like, no joke. You can basically choose to play either alien, what have you. You can choose to be with factions, which that's another perk I'm going to get into, which is the factions perk that I kind of want to talk to you, that I kind of want to incorporate. Okay, so let me just go ahead and open this in a new tab. Make sure everything's good. Just good. Okay, so let me just go back to the chat real quick and make sure everything's good. Okay, we are good on chat. Everything's not crashing. About time everything's not crashing. Hallelujah! Sorry if I seem a bit enthusiastic about that. The first stream that I tried doing today crashed my computer or my laptop. It was not good. It was not. Anyway, before I continue, please do consider subscribing to the channel, as well as hitting that bell notification, because of course YouTube's new system is saying, yeah, screw you. Unless you hit that bell, you ain't gonna get your favorite channel's notification on when they live stream or when they upload a video, which is fucking bullshit, in my opinion. Either way, though. So, let's go ahead and load up the races that you are able to play as. And I'm going to kind of tell you the perks that you do get. Or at least for some of them. I'm going to leave that to those of you who actually do join the actual Facebook group. So, which one do you get to go as? First one, humanity. Humans. Homo sapiens. Basic. good eyesight to all classes, intel buff +3 if tech class, weapons handling +2 if soldier, endurance to all classes. That's how it is. Now, humanity is one of those things, but the next one, this is where I think a lot of people are probably going to find interesting, especially for my style of storytelling, as well as when it comes to actually each individual race that you're able to play as. Just going to that. But yeah, before I continue, hold on a second. Why is humanity not liked? Just got a question over Discord. Why is humanity not liked? So to kind of spoil the story a bit, humanity viewed in the galaxy as kind of, yeah, I mean, they're not hated by any means of the word. The best way I can describe humanity's view from other races, and as well as their position in the galaxy, is that the other factions, as well as many other races, kind of see humanity as, to quote a very famous quote, a child with a loaded gun. A wild child, a child who has not been disciplined. Basically, humanity in the story in the world itself, is kind of seen as they're not respectable, they're not disciplined, they're not. Any of you who've ever played a Mass Effect game, you kind of understand where I'm coming from with humanity's angle in the actual gameplay, which is why they're not the best when it comes to certain things, to a degree. As for the other races, and this is another race you can actually play, and this is actually one that I personally like because I personally actually developed this one as well as the faction behind it. Wolvens. Wolvens, or wolves for short, of course, because humanity basically said, oh yeah, we can't say your full name, so we're just going to actually say the abbreviation for it. Basically, this race has got, I'm trying to think exactly. I'm actually just going to read their mini bio on the actual page for the playable race. Honor, duty, and warrior's code is the best way to describe the Wolvens. Wolvens have been known to be a symbol of what a soldier should be in the galaxy, since each one serves or have served in the Imperial Armed Forces. The Wolven Empire, and even after that, they still continue to serve their emperor and protect the Empire's citizens by either being guardsmen or members of the private sector. However, for those who don't continue to serve, they will sometimes take up roles in the public sector, such as shipping, education, politics, and even representing the law as lawyers. Yeah, these guys actually take the law pretty seriously. Aside from their heavy military background, many are also trained in hand-to-hand combat and swordsmanship, and even extreme marksmanship. However, what is interesting about this species is the pack mentality. We fight as one, and one fight as all. Never leave a warrior to suffer alone. Oh shit, I actually made that rhyme. Is a phrase that as many will hear from Imperial troops, as many will fight as a unit and never leave any of their brothers or sisters in arms to die. In a weird, and this is why I kind of, in the basic sense I can give, when will I have the next stream? When I have the time, or when I have the next update, basically, to kind of go with. But right now, this is where I kind of, as much as I would love to actually kind of answer all the questions I am getting right now, I can't answer everything. But what I can say is this, because one actually popped up of how can someone help you. Right now, what I'm looking for is those experienced in being a dungeon master, or even those with some experience with D&D, Pathfinder, Warhammer 40K, basically tabletop RPG experience. If you could, please do go down and link down below to the Facebook page. How would you be able to play? That's where we're going to have to wait until the closed out. You're going to have to wait to the beta. That's where things are kind of going, because right now we're in the phase of it's very much so a work in progress. Believe me, I want to give you guys a character sheet, and I want to give you guys the ability to basically experience what I'm making. But the most I can give you guys is a link, again, description down below, Facebook. Go, join the Facebook group. And of course, the earliest you can get is basically if you have experience with D&D, Pathfinder, basically any tabletop RPG experience whatsoever, please get in contact with me over Facebook so I can actually add you to the group chat with me and the devs or the developers of this, so we can actually get this done a little quicker. Because like I said, this is just me. This is just a 3-man team. It's just me and the 2 developers. And I'm actually adding to the timeline every so often. And right now, to give you a little bit of a spoiler right now, the timeline is kind of cool. Like, I'm actually very proud of myself with what I've actually got and kind of how much humanity has kind of fucked itself over in this big way. But don't let me try to tell you. Go to the timeline yourself, kind of see where the story is going. And I regularly update that timeline a lot right now. Currently, right now, we're in the 2040s with the Third World War. And after that, it's going to be a lot. There's going to be some key plot points, including a few other things. But seriously, though, if you want to help out, have some experience with Pathfinder, D&D, what have you, basically a very firm understanding of creatures, stats, what have you, or if you're an artist even, and you're good with modeling or even drawing, basically, you have a drawing pad, things like that, also get in contact with me because we are in desperate need of actual artists. When is my next stream? Hit that subscribe button, that bell icon, and you'll know. Trust me, you'll know. But either way, I've kind of talked as much as I can. Thank you guys for joining me on this live stream. I'm kind of sorry if I wasn't on one subject in of itself, but this is DVR'd, so if you want to go back and see what you missed, then hey, there's that. Either way, though, for those of you who are watching this kind of recorded or at least on here, you want to help out, go to that link down below to the Facebook page, hit the join button to join up on the Facebook page and say, hey, this is my experience with D&D, Pathfinder, what have you, tabletop RPGs. How can I help you? And I will basically kind of talk to you, ask you questions, and yeah, that's about it. Anyway, thank you all for watching. As always, I've been Airsoft Al, and I'm really happy that Project Galaxy has gotten this far. And look forward to the closed alpha. Hopefully, you're one of the lucky few who gets a character sheet and all that good jazz. Till next time.